Hi, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Seriously Donuts. My name is Bola, and this is the beautiful
Abi.
welcome. So, this week it's been an exciting journey so far. And one of the most exciting things that happened to me, Abby, maybe scroll down a little bit. So, this week I got to be back on telly on Channel 4 on a program called Millionaire Hoarders.
And that's a hot topic for today.
Yes, it was.
It's a live hot topic in person of our very own Bola and Abi.
Some of you may know that I love a lot of vintage and I tend to live a little bit of the vintage lifestyle. So I had this feature with Channel 4 where they came over to the house and rummaged through my collection from over the years, showcasing my jewelry collection, my glasses, my eyewear, and all sorts of things that I absolutely love. And if you're in London, you can catch this on Channel 4. It can be replayed on demand. It can be caught on Channel 4. It's called Millionaire Hoarders.
She's not a hoarder, though.
Well,
you should tell them more about her.
I always say I'm not a hoarder.
She's not.
I'm just a collector of beautiful
So
things.
she says.
Yeah.
I won't tell you if she's one or not.
And as for that millionaire thing, we're still working on it. You know, we're all in this together, right? We're in this fight for making the dosh make sense. But we'll get there. We'll get there.
We will
So
get
that's
there.
the hot topic. If you're in London, you can watch Channel 4 and pick up that episode. It's actually quite a great watch.
It is. I watched it with my family, and
What did you
my
think?
boys were really excited about what's the cast name again?
Penelope.
Penelope. Oh my God,
and
Penelope
Frederick.
is
So I
a
have-
star.
Yeah, so
Is
I
a
have
star.
two
She's a
classic
beauty.
cars. They're British triumphs, and they got featured as well on the program. So yes, please look out for it. It's actually a very, very fun
good
watch. So
Very
thank you,
good
Channel
watch.
4, for having me, and thank you for such a great edit. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed watching it.
Yes, superstar. So moving on to trending news.
Yes.
And actually, this one is not like a recent trending news. It trended for a while, about 2 weeks ago. But because we've not had the chance to talk about it, and I really want your take on this one. And it's something about the popular comedian Alibaba, who I think has a show now. And there's a revelation he made on the show about married women, which I found a bit interesting. And I would like your take and yours as well in the comment section, if you don't mind.
So what we try to do while Abby's trying to find the page is to actually show what people are talking about on the gram so that you can see where the gist came from. We're not making up things here. We're giving you receipts. So here is Alibaba. Should we listen to what he had to say?
I think we should, yes. So
Okay,
that
let's go there.
I'm sure most of you would have seen it, but not like we would discuss it. You know, it's always different here.
Okay, let's see what he has to
Let's
say.
see, where is
It's
it
quite an
now?
interesting topic. And
Okay, guys, you ready?
yes.
I've been to the houses of a lot of these big men, governors and the rest of them, and I see wives. I'm not kidding. Wives of people that I know coming to do things, and then we greet. So, I don't know, how are you? How's everything? And then those guys will do all their philandering and tap her, boom, come on, go back inside. I'm not finished with you. And then she'll go back inside. And then I run into her at an event in Lagos, and the husband said, "Oh, how are you? Meet my wife." I said, "Oh, madam, it's a pleasure. I've seen you nearly 5 years. Where have you been?" And she's like, "Oh, I've been around." I said, "Oh, good to see you." And then we'll continue.
Yeah.
And maybe she then sees me somewhere again. They come and say, "Ali, thanks." I say, "It's okay."
You just watched the video, you heard what he said, your opinion.
So basically, just to give you a bit of background, I think he was trying to describe a scenario where he's been to a politician's house, seen somebody else's wife in a very compromising position or situation. And then later on, seeing that same wife with her
Husband.
legally married husband, and the women just act like nothing happened. This is crazy.
Zip.
See no evil,
Hear no evil. So, what do you have to say about this? Number one, do you think it's something he should have shared? Thinking, or won't his friends or people that know him be thinking, okay, I hope that wasn't my wife, or that kind of situation? Like, who could he be talking about? So, number one, do you think he should have shared this kind of thing online? Or
absolutely.
Okay.
I absolutely respect his boldness to share, because if this actually happened, then somebody is sitting hoping that a name doesn't get dropped. and this situation is really so rampant. And I know that it's happened to me where I felt that God was calling me to actually help women that find themselves in this situation get out of it. But I know so many women, and maybe not necessarily married, but side chicks. And it's such a difficult topic to talk about because people feel attacked.
You're judging, yeah.
And they're like, why are
you're not
you
in
judging
the situation,
me?
you don't understand
exactly. So
the background, you don't know how I got here, you don't know why this is happening. So who are you? Why are you judging?
Or
you
they
think
go
you're
down
better?
to straight denial, like, well, he's
Yes.
my uncle, he's my brother's brother, and I was just there to help out. It's a very difficult one because the society in Nigeria frowns on it, but doesn't frown on it, if you know what I mean. They're like, men can get away with that. If it was a woman, hell no, she'll never get away with it. But if it's a man,
it's almost normal.
It's almost, yeah, exactly. But
they almost treat it as, oh, okay, it's a man, so yeah, it happens. But when it's a woman, like she said, all hell breaks loose. Like, oh,
but well,
why?
On the flip side, it's a woman. It's somebody else's wife. So, Kila Feso, how would you handle it if it was you? Who are you telling?
I would say anything.
Are you going to tell anyone at all, or you're just going to?
I'll tell my sisters. Oh. I don't know. It depends on the person, I guess. It depends on the situation. There are some that it could. I don't know. I don't know how.
Okay, let's assume.
I just hope I don't find myself in that situation.
Let's assume that this person you saw is your friend.
I won't tell anyone. I will just talk to her like, girl, why would you want to be in this situation?
Husband, I know you'll tell.
No, I would. I won't tell my husband. I think I'll even tell my sisters before I would tell my husband, because my husband will, okay, so why is your friend doing that kind of thing, Like, no, I won't. And I think it's more of talking to my friend, like, do you really need this?
Things are happening.
Yeah, things are happening. And this brings, there was something we discussed a while back. I think we did not, one of the conversations we had that we never really posted, when we spoke about the open marriage thing. And so there are different things happening now. Ladies are like, okay, if you can cheat, so can I. And I don't blame them sometimes, but that's just not the way forward. That doesn't solve anything. Both parties should just try and be faithful.
I think where I am when it comes to cheating and life in general now is that, are you little? Yeah, it's not that deep.
If you don't want it anymore, then leave. There's no way to be doing kurukere. See, she had to be thanking him later that, okay, thanks for.
Why do you want to?
Yes. Why do you want to be in that kind of situation?
Anyway.
And then he's got one on you. Like, he's got one on you.
Should Alibaba be telling us more?
Or
should we just keep on moving? Don't stop. No.
It's like you said, it's rampant. It's everywhere now. So
This
I
is the
don't.
problem. When something is everywhere, it doesn't make you right,
It
right?
doesn't make it right. It
So
doesn't
how
make it
come
right.
in the Nigerian context, because it's so common, we've just thought that, well, it is what it is and we keep it moving?
Nigeria, it's everywhere, you know. It's not even just Nigeria. And like I said, I think a lot of women are on the, it's not defense now, it's on the attack, or should I say, because they've been cheated on for so long, they've been treated anyhow for so long, and they're like,
It's my
I
time.
can, yeah,
It's my turn.
to complete that game. And so if you're out there, let me get someone to that can
Do you know the most painful part
satisfy
for me?
my
I
needs.
remember knowing someone that her husband had cheated on her for so long. She left this guy. And you'd think that someone that's been through that pain would know, how bad that pain was.
Yes.
But guess what she did?
She went and got with a married man. That's what happens
She went
a
to
lot
the
of time.
marketplace and she's like, well, they did it to me. I'm going to do it back to anybody.
Not nice. Yeah.
So it's crazy. Crazy world we live in. Niger, Ogal.
So what do you
Okay.
guys think? What do you think he did the right thing? Of course, I think he did. You know, you don't go tell him. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, what do you say to the person after you see
Afterwards.
them? See a high five
No, you
or
can't
a
say
low five?
anything. You know, it's a different thing if it's a friend. Like I said, you can call your friend, girl, alpha. But are you sure you need this kind
But
of
you know
thing?
what? Like I said, if you flip the coin, if it was a guy to guy, they would just be like,
Exactly.
chop knuckle,
Sad.
and it
But
is.
then what he said, it was saying, I've not finished with, oh my God. Why would you want to be caught in such situation, ladies? No, it's not worth it. If
It's
if
not
the
worth it,
marriage
Joe.
is not doing you, and if they get out, and rather than sneaking
But
around.
oftentimes it's like a financial arrangement of some
Yeah.
sort, because I don't know why that would happen. But anyway, what are your thoughts about what Alibaba pulled up, and how common do you think this is? Do you know someone that this has happened to? Tell me.
Has it happened
Share
to
with
you?
us. Has it happened to you?
And you want
Are
to
you trying to get out of the situation? Are you the other woman? Do you know the other
the side
woman?
chicken?
Who's been side chicken? Like anyone is actually going to come and
I
confess.
know. I know some
Yeah.
some ladies don't care these days. You'll be surprised.
I know,
You'll
right?
be surprised. So let's hear your thoughts. Pop into our comment section, YouTube, Instagram. We want to hear from you.
Let's get dirty.
Let's get dirty.
Well, not dirty, if you know what I mean.
Let's just dissect this. Let's
Yeah.
hear your views. We love to hear from you.
Absolutely.
But moving on to our main topic, I think our main topic is tied to this. It's what about faithfulness? I need to stop it. It's about faithfulness in marriage. So I just thought it would be good, since we're already on this frequency, to continue, especially in the 21st century, talking about vows and sticking to it.
Okay,
in this age.
Okay, so weddings are trending a lot, right? And one of the things I tend to see a lot is you'd see the groom crying, or you'd see the groom emotional.
So many emotional
And then you go into the comment box and someone is like, he's crying, he's still going to cheat.
Exactly. Almost, that's the most common comment you
Like,
see.
he's crying now. He's
It will
still
stop
gonna
him
cheat.
from cheating.
So what is this thing about, getting married, wanting it to go well, but somehow there seems to be a trajectory of people ending up cheating. Why is this happening? I know that women are much more beautiful these days, I have to say.
Everyone is keeping fit. Everyone is maintaining their steez.
I went to the store. I remember going to Nigeria one day and I was at the Galleria waiting for someone. And different babes
Number
were
of
just
beautiful
coming in.
girls, you see.
And even me as a woman, I'm like,
You're staring.
ha,
Fine
men,
girls.
how you coping? Fine girls left, right, and center. But at the same time, a vow is a vow. How are people holding up their vows? And why is it so common that people are easy to vow, to love, and to cherish,
But find
and
it
to dedicate their lives to one person, but
difficult to
somehow,
stick to it.
yeah. What are your thoughts?
Well, and I did put 21st century for a reason, because if I look back at our parents' time, or should I say most of our moms, a lot of them stuck to their vows. And we have a lot of men that were out there doing their thing. A lot of it was even common knowledge. And but now looking at the 21st century, it's changed. And that's where this Alibaba story comes in. We see more women not keeping to their vows. So I think women have just had it. Like, if we can't stay faithful, I don't have to stay faithful. And my own take is, why can't people stay faithful? Why can't men? I hate that phrase that a man, it will be a man, or it's a men. It's tougher for men. Basically saying it's tougher for men to be faithful. And
in fairness, I kind of like believe that women stay faithful longer.
Yes.
And women actually often plan to stay faithful until a trigger.
Something, triggers.
Something actually
Snapped. Have you seen that movie Snapped? At least that one is more than, we don't want to go into that. But until they snap, and then they're like, oh, okay, I can have fun too. I can creep too. So,
so I creep.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't even know where to start with that, because unfortunately our society has condoned it for so long. But I know that this younger generation, they're like, I'm not having
They're
it.
not having
They're like,
it. Those girls
you
are
know,
not having it. So
one time and you're out.
Go and cheat on your own, because these girls, they won't take this rubbish. Either they're out or they're cheating too. So don't think that you're cheating alone. You're not cheating alone. Especially if she knows, she's probably cheating too.
Have you ever been tempted? Don't lie.
Ah,
God is looking at you with 3D.
3D, I knew you would say that. No. To cheat, no. Honestly.
And not to cheat,
It's not,
but to like.
Okay. To like. When there are five specimens everywhere you go. No. You will see things now. You just have to face your front. Which is my point, that it's not as if women don't get tempted. We see nice looking men. You see men with attributes or characteristics or whatever that your husband
characteristics
alright.
Okay, what kind of characteristics have you been liking?
I'm just saying that. No, but I was supposed to be in trouble. I'm not seeing anything. What about you? Have you been seeing?
Finish your characteristics first.
On a serious note, I've never been tempted to cheat, because I've made up my mind never to do it. So it doesn't even cross my mind to do it. Do I see men I find attractive? Of course. No, honestly, I've never been tempted to cheat.
But you've tempted to fancy.
When they are, like I said, they are fine, you look, you admire, but I face front.
At what point?
And you run away before you even get, the Bible says that we should flee from evil. So if you see anything that you think, if I encourage this, you run, you don't encourage anything. Because anybody could cheat, anybody could fall for it. A little attention here, or because no marriage is perfect. There are times when you go through some cold period, and the devil, that is when you will now come and bring one.
The devil bow. The devil bow.
You
The
bring one
devil
fine
bow.
specimen to come and give you one compliment or two. And if you don't run, you could get, everybody likes to be appreciated. Everybody likes to be given attention, especially women. Women like attention. And if you're not careful, that's why it's just about fleeing.
You see, the thing
It's
the thing that people don't understand, and people always say that words don't matter and all of that, words actually do matter. Oftentimes, if you've been married for a long time,
becomes like
sometimes you feel like you're almost invisible. So when somebody actually takes notice, you're like,
oh, okay.
wish you were all right.
Yes, I'm still
I'm
in
still
vain.
in the market.
I tell you what,
I'm
the
still
other
in
day, just
vain.
last week, we went on a walk, and I walked very fast, so I was in front. My husband was behind, just a few minutes behind me with the boys, and this van men can be very naughty. And then I got like a honk. I'm like, oh, baby, still hot.
I know,
and I knew
right?
my husband's. I'm like, I see that they're still eyeing your So that everyone likes attention. Did I like it? Yeah, I like getting that. And I like that he saw that I got the attention.
They
you
are
understand?
still very market
Yes, so
friendly.
that
and market
I'm still
relevant.
hot. But would I be tempted? Anybody, like I said, anybody can be tempted. So I can't say I'm above temptation. That's why it's wise to flee. Anything that you think, sometimes you won't even know, okay, maybe just we're being friends. But once you see you're getting too fond of, I think the best thing is to stay away. And can a man do that too? Men can be faithful. So it's about self-discipline. I think it's very irresponsible when, especially men that carry everything. Don't you respect
You know,
yourself?
the funny thing is that I don't know if it's a skill, but women, yeah, can actually draw a line, can actually say, I'm not going to cheat, and they stick with it. But you know what baffled me about men is that when a woman is outrightly flirting, men always think that they can handle it, that I know what she's doing, I've got it under control. But they never really do, because women can wrap you around their little
there's something
finger,
my
right?
husband says, that when a woman wants a man, he'll get that. She will get that. And I always say, really, but I think that's more they know, and the man will think, oh no, I've got it. But if that woman wants,
I know, and then there's some really bold ones. I remember there was a time that one of my friends, her husband was cheating. It was known that he was cheating. But he had this regular chick on the outside that felt like she was a powerful babe. So one day my friend calls like boldly, like, are you gonna stop calling my husband?
Are you serious?
Blah, blah, blah. Do you know what the babe said? So you're calling my phone. You have the audacity to call my phone.
True.
Is it because I've not told him to tell you to leave?
Oh my God.
Can you imagine? The chick of it.
Wow.
Lagos.
You're kidding. So what did she say?
She said she just put the phone
Oh my
down.
God.
She just put the phone down.
No way.
Because for a woman on the outside
to have that
say
confidence,
that boldly and to have that confidence, she knows that she has
got
wrapped that guy
wrapped around her little finger.
It's
but
crazy.
I think calling them, or it's not necessary. One doesn't need.
There are levels to this game.
There was one I was told. This lady knows her husband cheats, and she has brothers brothers that are in town, and so she had told them that anytime you see anyone, let me know. But so they will come with this one. But she will not say, anytime you see one that is serious, she doesn't but okay, carry, but if you see that one is getting serious, she will now set her brothers to go and like get the attention away, maybe go and toast her or just get rid of the girl, basically. So imagine to that extent, you have to have deal with your brothers, this girl, but because she knew there was nothing she could do to stop her husband from
That's crazy.
creeping.
Honestly, that's just a bit.
But
much.
then, how can you stay faithful? What are the things that people can do to remain, to have a faithful marriage, a steady relationship where you're faithful to each other and to your vows, keep to your vows?
Personally, I think it's a mindset because, like you said, at some point in your marriage, it stops being that M and B thing. It becomes a decision that you've made that we're going to make this
together.
work.
Yeah.
We're going to, so get over this period where you're like, oops, yeah, my heart, the butterflies. The butterflies one day are going to need to
fly
rest
away.
their beautiful heads. They're going to need to regain and restore. And when that happens, the head is going to set in. And you've got to refer back to the vows, integrity, and maybe your faith as well. Because sometimes, personally, it's a faith thing for me because as a fine girl, sometimes you get a little bit of attention.
Yeah.
And it can get into your head. In fact, I remember one day that, I was just minding my business. And this guy was like, you're beautiful. And it was like as if I'd never heard it before. I was like, you mean me? I'm beautiful. And at that point, it was like as if I was disarmed, like everything that you've ever thought of, that every defense.
All armor of God went away.
All the armor,
the breastplate.
And I won't lie. I was like, when my husband even tell me I was beautiful last? When? And then you get this devil's voice that will tell you that risk it all, man. For this beauty, risk it all. But this is where it's always good to have good counsel around you. Because I remember at that time, I was like really feeling this beautiful thing. You would think it's a big deal, right? And I called my sister and I was like, you won't believe what happened to me today. So I saw this fine guy. And he said I was beautiful. And my sister was like, because she knew what had happened there, that, I'm alone. Are you okay? Child of God.
Come back.
And all she just said to me is that, are you okay? And it was like the slap I needed to reset me. So imagine you had someone around you that was like Iran's president,
just see what will happen,
or so everybody can actually run susceptible to these things. So there's no perfect person.
Yeah.
And for me, it was just you're beautiful. Look at how random that is. For someone else, it might be something else. So yeah, it could happen to the best of us. But what you need to roll back to is your safety nets. And for me, my sister is always my safety net. My faith in God is always a safety net. And a remembrance of that vow made is always a safety net. So you always have to have that safety net in place to make sure that when it looks like you're about to lose it, you catch yourself.
I
it's
feel
so easy to slip.
Like I always say that the God factor is the most important thing in any marriage. And for anyone that is looking to get married, that's one of the major things you should look for in your fear of God. Because for men that don't cheat, and all those people that say it's every man that cheats, it's not true. There are men that don't cheat. And why don't they cheat? Is it because they love their wife so much, or she's special?
Sometimes
Or
just
is it
about
because she's
integrity,
so...
you know?
And most of them, it's the fear of God. Just that fear of doing...
How can I do such a
Yes.
thing and sin against
So,
my
exactly.
God?
So that is the fear of God. A man that fears God would not do that. So it's not about the love, like you said. Sometimes it's not, the love is not enough in most cases. As the marriage grows, it's not all that giddy, good. Life will happen, different things, challenges will come, things will happen. So it's the fear of God, integrity. And so when you choose a spouse, there are things you don't just go, I want to get married, oh, is this, is that. You have to look for a man that fears God, because a man that fears God would not want to harm his relation, or harm the Holy Spirit, or what's that word in the Bible that do not distress the Holy Spirit, or what is it? But it's mainly the fear of God that stops most men that don't cheat from cheating. That those that don't believe in God, that maybe it's the integrity and self-respect that stops them.
If they find themselves in these situations and a girl is pulling up and a girl is like giving them the equivalent of,
and that happens
you're
a lot these
beautiful
days,
and attention,
unfortunately.
you get back from, you
Yeah.
get to a place and the girl is like dishing compliments at you as the wife forgot to dish, or is even having like some serious intellectual conversation.
Yes, and
Because there's, on the
connected.
one hand, there's the sexual cheating, and on the other
Emotional
hand,
one.
there's emotional, and then there's the worst, I think, is the mating on the intellectual level. Because sometimes it's easy for a man to look down on who they're with, like, yeah, you're there to satisfy.
See finish, you enter it.
See finish, you enter. And then they want to have a higher type
Yes.
conversation. And sometimes they've married someone that they haven't seen as an intellectual equal. And they're thinking, you won't
Or
get
maybe
this.
she's just now too
And
busy with life and kids
and
and
they're shifting the bit that, let me talk to somebody sensible.
Exactly.
And that's where sometimes another level of cheating gets it. It's not intentional. It's like this person will get this conversation. This can move the conversation forward. But this thing becomes really dangerous because if that your husband, for example, is like a business person or something, then they're spending more time.
Exactly,
They're spending more, emotional energy, and
so it's easy to fall into temptation then. But I think the thing, maybe just being open with your partner could help to prevent such.
If you're open and he's not open, Nico.
No, I'm not saying...
How open do you want to be?
No, true. It's not everything you do. I don't know. But what are things that people can do to prevent this? A marriage, you can be in a faithful marriage. And so what are the things that need...
Can you stop a guy from cheating? How about the ones that are serial cheaters? How about the ones that have like 2 or 3 on the go?
I think it's just they are irresponsible as far as I'm concerned. Why can't you self-control? My goodness, must you sleep with everything that passes in skirts or whatever it is they're wearing? Have some respect. Respect your body. It's not everything you see you must climb. Are you a dog?
But guys, she said, is
Because
there everything you see you must climb?
some don't have control. They go after everything they see. And I'm thinking, respect yourself, man.
But if we look back in the days, sometimes men used to see it as a sign of, like they conquered something. Like the more cheeks
Until
they
they
have,
catch
the more they're feeling like
STDs or
bad
whatever
guy.
it is that they will. Because come on, is it everything? I don't know. I'm not a man. You guys, men that watch us, why can't some men control themselves?
Why
What is
can't
it?
women control themselves?
I think
Let's
women
talk
control
about women.
themselves more
Okay,
better.
women control themselves better. But let's talk about women that knowingly damage other women's marriages. What makes it okay for a woman to see, a family, a happy unit?
What makes it okay for that man too to know that he has a happy unit and go and sleep in this Jezebel's bosom? Or why? Why should the man too? Don't you know you have a lovely family? Why must you follow this woman? So it's both ways. We can't say it's the. What about the man that can't control himself?
What about women empowering women? What about women saying that, why can't we have a women code that women, girl, I got you. If your man tries to come on to me, I'm going to tell you, I will protect you. I'm going to make sure that I step away from the building.
It's about the financial benefits for most of them.
It's not always financial.
I said for most of them.
Yeah.
But some just like them and they get attached. So that's why I said, okay, why can't
there's some guys that would have been single for a long time more.
Once they get someone,
once a babe see something in them, then suddenly they want him. It's like when you have a baby, women, the guy will be going around. The moment they see the guy holding a baby, he becomes like, ooh, most wanted. What snaps? Why do we have mosquito eyes, aka ojikokoro? Why is it that when it's like when you go out shopping, right, and you see a pair of shoes, you saw the shoes or you saw the bag and you walk past it.
Or if you see it on someone else or
The
someone
moment
else
someone else picks it up, you're like looking at it that,
oh, okay, maybe.
why are you touching my bag?
Didn't you just walk away from it?
Exactly. And I feel like sometimes we take that same attitude to life, to other things as well. Like we walk past things and somehow once it belongs to somebody else, this is why God hates coveting, because it was there all along. Nobody wanted this guy.
And now someone has him, then you want him. Everybody wants him.
But let me tell you, it's not only babies and being with a guy that is the magnet factor.
Pets.
Agbadas. The amount of marriages Agbadas have broken up.
Oh my God.
In Lagos. A random looking guy will just go and wear Agbada.
Everybody now has beard. Bearded men in
Those are the ones they
Agbada.
call Zari. They then sort of like become like a Zari. Especially, with the grey hair, they will not cause it like this. And then they'll watch a little bit of steez and composure. What's that uncle's name? That's please, let's find him. Let's show people lesson 101.
Is it the one from the Ojude?
Yeah,
I don't know how to find him though. I don't know his name or anything. Yeah.
Okay, let's just see if we can find a Zaddy. An example of a Zaddy.
Okay,
and then they kind of like sort of like become something else.
Oh, I think I found him actually. So let's look for.
You know his page.
Don't tell anybody.
Hey, I'm calling your husband.
Oh my God.
Okay, let's look at a Zaddy, for example.
I'm looking at that. I'm looking for that.
Look at this. This.
But I don't know. I'm a tall, dark, handsome.
Turn down the volume a little bit.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So I'm a tall, dark, handsome kind of lady. Yeah.
Okay, so you don't like them yellow?
Nah.
I think actually talking about Agbada is looking like maybe they might not be too bad in other Niger attire.
I know, just
there's something that changes.
Any cultural attire, traditional attire,
so endearing and a random guy can suddenly turn into,
Oh
what
Lord.
happens there?
I don't know. There's just something about
The mystery of
native wear.
let's go to another page. Okay, look at this. Look at the Agbada that started this whole drama. Yeah.
But
What actually happens? Is it the cap? Is it the Agbada? Is it the
it's just the prestige when they wear the native wear. There's this kind of, it gives them an aura, like an important aura. I don't know how to explain it, but it's good. It's good. But yeah, I think that for faithfulness, for marriages to stand the test of time, or it has to be
it has to be a
an
personal
effort,
decision.
yeah, and both parties have to put in that effort. And I think that you must, maybe from now,
Okay,
you
please
should
change this
even
page before they start thinking that we
you
fancy
should
him.
even talk
We love
about
our
it.
man.
Talk about it from when you're dating, or you know that this is important to me, and we should both make effort to stay faithful. And that's when all of these other things, communication, keep taking care of yourself, because why do men look out, or why do women look out, when a lot of times is when they don't find their partners attractive anymore. Most times, not, I'm not saying all the time. So the steps that people can take in their marriages or in their relationship to make sure they are faithful is communicate. One, keep yourselves well for each other. Make sure you're attractive, and do things that will.
Well, attractive is very subjective. I want to talk about this because I say subjective because yes, you might be slim.
It's not about
You
slim.
might.
It's
I'm
not
just
a-
saying, you
yeah.
might be slim.
Yeah.
You might be beautiful. You might not even have lost it.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes when people become familiar, what Nigerians call sit finish, sometimes the men are looking for more excitement.
Yeah. So
You
that's
know?
that. I was. So I'm just saying, yeah. But you have to at least make yourself find each other attractive. Still communicate, do things outside of each other, so that it doesn't become this see finish thing.
How about let's
It's
talk about these young Gen, whatever they are,
Gen Zs.
that will call him uncle. On top of calling him uncle or calling him by name, they still don't care. They can show up for him.
I don't understand.
As in, they don't mind being the side chick
Oh,
or side baby.
it's a problem that I
And
don't
it's
know.
so bad.
Yes.
And they think it's a little
is
bit
it a
of
parenting
fun.
problem?
I don't even get it. I think
Pressure?
so much has changed. I mean, when we were younger, we were a little bit like we knew that we were drawing a line. If you wanted to sugar, you knew that you were going for an older man, and you went for
I
a
remember
sugar
they used to
daddy.
call them Aristo when I was in
And you
school.
knew that you were stepping out of line.
Yes.
And there were like some girls that you knew were like, they had a slang word for them.
Yeah.
Like they would know that this girl, she sugars or that kind of thing. But this young generation is like they don't care.
Yeah.
And they're like on Instagram saying, come and get your husband. If you don't come and get him, or the guy might fall asleep in their arms and they're filming him that, auntie,
come on, your husband is there. I want to sleep. Let him. He should come and start going. Man, see your life outside. Just look at the video. Like.
And then sometimes they would even, the one that pains me the most is that somebody that is old enough to be your father,
Yeah.
you now hear them calling him by his name.
Before uncle.
Amen.
Is he not the one that went to
Amen.
taste the honey pot? They will call him by his name.
Yeah. Don't
You know
drag
that's
yourselves in the mud like that.
He said he asked for it.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Oh Lord, but yeah, I think marriages can still be You can still be faithful in your
Absolutely. Marriages
life.
can still be
It's
sacred.
just
And some people actually still take marriages as what it is,
yes.
like God's idea, a sacred institution. And some people actually plan to see it through. And yeah, let's
And,
just
and
hope.
it's a beautiful thing. I always say marriage is a beautiful thing. Is it always sweet? And no, but you know, just having that someone that's got your back and you've got his back too, that's someone that is your person, you know. And if God blesses you with kids, you're raising this humans together, and you know, just having someone that to live with, the companionship, the joy of growing things together.
I don't know how or if the society is ready to have this conversation, especially Nigerian society, where we're constantly being told that if the man comes home, that's enough, and if he spends the night at home, that's enough. I am of the belief that your happiness counts.
It does.
And
you don't want anybody coming home with STDs for you, or you don't know where they've been.
STDs for you, like it's a
Gifts.
I got STDs for you.
No,
And the men are bringing
I don't
in
think
seven
women
all sorts of
should
things.
accept that anymore, because men don't. Most men, when they find out their wives are cheated, they don't stay. A lot of men can't take it. So why should women take it? And ladies, like she said, let there be a code. Behave yourselves. You see some that actually did their friend's husband. You see all sorts of dirty things there that we can do better.
You know
Get your
what?
own man.
Some years ago, there was a family in Essex, and a lot of people that live down that way, Chafford 100, actually. It was like some years ago, and if I describe this, some people might know who I'm talking about. So there were two families that had an African store, and I think the African stores were a few stores apart, and I'm not naming names, but the gist was on the town that the owner of one African store was having something to do with the wife
of the
other African store. It was ridiculous. It was like EastEnders. And
neighborhood what?
and you know what? They actually
soap opera.
They actually got married.
Oh.
They actually
They
got
left
married.
their spouses and
They left
got together.
Well,
are they still together?
I hope Thunder got them before God forgive me. God forgive me.
Guys, what do
But
you what do you think? Do you think that this faithfulness thing is an old, it's not possible again, or do you think, are you faithful in your relationship? Do you think everyone can be faithful?
Always been faithful?
Have you always been faithful? Have you been naughty? Don't worry, we won't tell anyone.
Honestly, it's crazy. It's crazy because anyone can fall, anyone at all, and it always goes back to, you know, how are you holding up? Who are you surrounding yourself with? Who can you confide in that will get you to rewire your head? That will ask you that and reset you that show okay. Show okay. That will help you reset rather than, you know, you then just falling deeper and deeper. And on this same topic, right? I know, like, I always say that there should be, and I always feel led towards that, is that there should be a place where women in particular who find themselves in this situation where they're with other people's men or husbands and they really want to get out because they actually like the guy. So they're neck deep in it and they really want to get out. There should be some kind of like support network. where someone can help them pray through
For
it and pray them
mistresses.
out of it?
I think they should be able to approach any, I don't know. Yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah. Sounds like a good thing. Maybe that's where God is directing you.
I know God was directing me that way for
Yeah.
a bit, but
Well, you know that's
always
going to be a
asking-
lot of work.
I'm always asking for grace
Yeah.
because there's a one thing to have work to do. There's another thing for you to show up in a way that you don't seem judgmental,
Yeah.
but you want to know that there's enough grace. You know, because now in Nigeria, it's so bad that, you know,
And that
side
brings,
chicking is
yes,
like a career
it's
for
almost,
people.
oh yes,
You know,
definitely.
and some women are showing up in life not even caring anymore. Like they let you know that they're official side chicks and they're cool with it.
Girls, ladies, it's not cool. It's never been cool. That's nothing nice about it. If you're doing it, I'm not judging anyone. I'm not saying I'm better than anyone, but it's not nice to cause another woman
Imagine the pain
sorrow
that
or hardship.
yeah.
It's not nice. There are single men. Get your own man. Get your own man. Don't destroy another person's home. And even married women that are doing this, it's not nice. If you're not happy, like we always say, marriage is not by force. If you're not happy in your union, and meant to, you don't have to sleep with everything you see. Respect yourself, respect your body. Come on, hold yourself, man, and talk to your wife, make your relationship work. And if you're not feeling it anymore, if you don't think it's nothing good can come out of it, get out of that situation instead of causing another person pain. They would get over it eventually. Instead, I just think people should, there are ways you can go, things you can do to make sure that your marriage is beautiful, you're faithful. Like we said, communicate, always talk, go out, have on dates, date nights, like and spend time alone, have your own friends, do things on your own so that you are not too clingy or you're not too dependent on the other person. Have your own passion and things you do. And yeah, so just do things, try. It's still, any relationship is work. I know people always say, oh, why must you be trying to make even siblings, you still have to try sometimes, no matter how close, every relation, even parents and kids, it involves intentionality. All of it does, especially marriage, more than any other
I think
one.
that's one thing that we don't get told when we're getting married. People, we have this thing where we go into marriage thinking or expecting some kind of like fairy tale the way it starts out. And oftentimes, I think where a lot of our parents, my generation, for example, did wrong is that they try to shield us
Yes.
from the realities
A lot of them did that.
what they were
Yes.
going through. And they painted this picture of perfection that we all wanted to
that's how
strive for. And we thought
yeah,
it was going to be our narrative. So nothing kind of like prepared us for some of the realities. And I feel like maybe that's where we need to be having conversations
yeah.
just to make sure that what happens when you get to this, stage of your life, and when you get into this season of your life where, it's all flowers and roses, and then you're going through a time where it's a
There's
little bit
nothing like-
quiet,
Yeah.
it's a little bit dry.
No one is telling you you look good. No one is
one's
giving you
talking.
presents.
Yeah, and you're
And
forgetting.
they're probably not talking to
You're
you.
forgetting anniversary dates.
Exactly.
And you're like,
so days like that
nobody
will come,
cares.
and you should expect that it would not
Yeah.
always be rosy. And I think counseling is very important. Like most churches have the premarital counseling, and I think it's something that should even be ongoing in marriages, especially for men. I think men should have groups where they talk to each other, because women have a lot of things.
Counseling Men are often open to counseling
I
pre-marriage.
yes.
Once they get married, they're like, please,
That's yes.
please, there's
But I
nothing
think
wrong with
men
me.
should
I'm
talk
cool.
more, even between
Yeah.
themselves, because women talk a lot, which I think is part of what helps women to stay faithful, and because we are onboarding to each other, advice, encourage. But men, I don't think they talk. Maybe pastors should do more of talking to men. Men don't have conversations, and so they don't. And you know how our society is very patriarchal. So everybody just thinks, oh, it's just being a man. It's a man thing. It's normal. It's not normal. You can be faithful. You can zip up your pants and keep that
Keep
thing
it
in
locked
check.
down. Keep it in check.
So behave yourself, guys, and ladies.
And behave yourself,
Behave yourself,
ladies.
ladies.
Yeah,
Let's all behave ourselves. Let's have each other's back, you know.
Yeah, especially women. Women, please, not only empower the other woman, but be a girl's girl. There must be boundaries. There must be situations where you say no.
Yes.
You know,
Say
so
no
that
to this man.
say no. You know, it's not that deep.
It's not that deep.
Say no.
And your own,
You know,
your guy will come or whatever. But please, pull your skirts down. Or how will we say? We said the men should zip
Pull your
up.
skirt
So what
down.
should the
How?
girls do? They should
No,
what?
not pull your skirt down.
No, I didn't say pull. No,
what
it's
you
down.
said.
Yes. Or keep it down. Keep it down.
Pull your skirt up.
No,
Down
if
is when
they're
it's
keeping it
happening.
up, their opening is to open, Abi.
I'm confused.
Whatever. Just
Keep your clothes on.
keep your clothes on. Sounds better. On this note, I think we have to end this episode.
So
Stay faithful, guys.
stay faithful on each corner.
No, before we go, what about open marriages? I always want to talk about this, and it's what
For me, it's a no. It's not even a consideration.
No,
I'm not gonna
so
have
for
it's too weird.
My question is for people that have decided to go that way. So is it still being are they being
If
unfaithful?
you are in an open marriage and you are proud and you can chest it, please DM us. We need you to
Yeah, because
because
I actually
those of you that are having open marriage and saying that, I don't think any normal person would want an open marriage. But if you can chest it as an African, please, we would love to have you.
But do you think open marriages, people in open marriage, are they cheating? Are they being unfaithful?
To me, it doesn't even make sense. I don't.
I know.
It's
a no. But but people do it
but
now.
This
People
is where
practice
my old
it
school
now.
Side that
but
is like
you just have to
almost...
know that a lot of people practice it now, and it's a weird thing for me.
So
but are they still cheating? Is this still infidelity? Is it still...
A lot of people say things. I'm not sure, Shao, but...
You don't think it's true that a lot of people do it?
I don't think so. You know, there's some things that probably happen in people's minds more than it can happen in reality. People's minds are like a dark folder where you keep all sorts of things. But as human beings, there's this thing about our conscience. There's this thing about how we've learned what is right and wrong. And there's this conflict. Well, this is me, where the darkness of whatever you're going cannot come to light just because of the rules and regulations and ideals that you've put in place. For those people that their minds are so dark that they want to bring that darkness out, please, if you can chest it, show that you are strong. Come and talk to us about it. Let's talk about it on the open, right?
Yes, because I really want to know. I'm curious. Like, how does that work? How are you comfortable with? So let's hear it from you.
Yeah, at least me, I know I'm old school. You that are new school.
Come and educate us.
Instead of being behind the scene and being an Instagram bandit and a typewriter keyboard bandit.
With your chest.
Please come and chest it. Be doing things with your chest. Instead of putting those comments that will go there and is one follower, follow yourself. come and test it. Put your picture there and come out and talk about it. Then I'll have great respect for you. But if there's no picture or you're the only one following yourself, then I know that it's still in the darkness and is in the folder and you
Somewhere
haven't
here.
resolved it.
Yeah.
If you resolved it and you can back it and you can cheat and you can take your best friend's husband and you think it's okay, put your picture on the DP and show up. Let's talk about it.
On that note, we say bye.
Before we say bye, guys, before we say bye, I'm just going through our page and I'm looking at our following. You guys,
You rock.
Kilo Shelling, man, you rock, but you can rock up better. Okay, so would love to see
More
you show up for us
subscription, more
on our
comments.
Instagram.
Tell
We
a
would
friend,
love-
to tell a friend,
exactly.
to tell a friend.
Absolutely, on the YouTube, on Spotify. Show up for your girls. Tell us what you want us to be talking about. Watch the videos. Do you know how long it took us to put this content together? Kudao, God is watching you in 3D.
3D.
Support your girlies. It takes time, it takes effort to put these things together. Please show us that you care by not only watching but sharing the content and like it.
Share it, and
yeah.
leave comments. We love
Yeah, and don't forget to catch up with me on Millionaire Hoarders and just have a look and see some of the quirky things we get up to. Yes, and well done for watching till the end.
Thank you for watching. Seriously, Donuts.
Follow us on Instagram.
So we'll let you
all
go
our
so that we can
handles.
indulge in
Yes.
our donuts now.
Yes.
Thank you for watching, and until the next episode, we're out. Thank you.
I'm having a pink one.
Pink one too.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Cheers.
Cheers.